David Toms is almost 60, and how he lives is sad. Here's a golfer who built a career on integrity and consistent performance. Yet his later years reveal a man haunted by self-doubt and struggles that never quite went away. What should have been a peaceful transition into golf's senior ranks instead became a story of ongoing mental battles and lingering disappointment. Before 2005, David Toms stood as one of golf's most respected figures. He had 13 PGA Tour wins under his belt and carried himself with quiet dignity on the course. The 2005 season started strong too. Toms secured 5 top 10 finishes in his first 7 events, including a victory at the WGC Accenture Match Play Championship. This was his first World Golf Championship title, and it seemed like he was hitting his stride at the perfect time. But then came the moment that would define his career in ways he never expected. At the 2005 British Open at St. Andrews, Toms experienced what he called a sleepless night after his first round. He couldn't shake the feeling that his ball might have moved after he sold his putter on the 17th green. Under golf's strict rules, if a player's ball moves after they address it, even accidentally, it's a penalty. Failing to apply that penalty and signing an incorrect scorecard means automatic disqualification. The next morning, Toms approached officials from the Royal and Ancient to share his concerns. Even though television replays were inconclusive and officials couldn't definitively confirm whether the ball had moved, Toms felt his personal uncertainty was too strong to ignore. He made the difficult decision to withdraw from the major championship. "My personal uncertainty about what happened really left me with no choice but to withdraw," he said. "A player is responsible for playing by the rules. If there is any question that you have done something wrong, then you have to call yourself on it." While many praised this act of integrity, it revealed something troubling about Toms's character. Here was a man so consumed by doubt that he withdrew from a major championship over something no one else could even see. The golf world called it honorable, but it also showed a perfectionist mindset that would later prove destructive. This wasn't just following rules. This was a man who couldn't live with uncertainty, even when that uncertainty might have been completely unfounded. The real problem started shortly after. In May 2005, Toms filed a 13-page lawsuit against his agent, David K. Parker, and Parker's firm, Links Sports Management Group. The allegations were serious: breach of contract, breach of fiduciary duty, and non-payment for services. But the most damaging accusation involved a clear conflict of interest from 2003. Parker represented both Toms and fellow golfer Shaun Micheel. When Parker was negotiating an endorsement deal with Cleveland Golf on Toms's behalf, he received a 20% commission, but he received 25% from Micheel. After Michael's unexpected PGA Championship victory, Parker allegedly advised Toms to hold out for a more lucrative endorsement deal than Cleveland was offering. Then Parker signed Micheel to the Cleveland Golf deal instead of Toms. This was a clear betrayal, prioritizing the client who would pay Parker more money. The lawsuit also claimed that Links had demanded a 20% commission on all of Toms's accounts, including deals that existed before his agreement with the company. Parker had allegedly failed to hand over a check from sponsor Sanford, the parent company of Sharpie, that was meant for Toms. Speaking of sports viewing, if you're tired of missing crucial moments in golf tournaments because of cable restrictions, Fubo offers comprehensive sports coverage that lets you catch every shot from every major championship. With Fubo's extensive golf coverage, you'll never miss the drama that unfolds on the course, whether it's moments of integrity like Toms's withdrawal or the competitive battles that define careers. The legal troubles destroyed Toms mentally. He explicitly stated that his golf game suffered directly because of these problems, noting that his play has suffered since the problems with Parker and Links arose, specifically since about the TPC. This timing directly correlates with a significant downturn in his performance after the Players' Championship in March 2005, where he shot a final round 82. That abysmal round started an 11-round stretch where he missed 3 of 4 cuts and recorded a significantly higher scoring average of 74.91. Toms admitted the controversy took a considerable mental toll on him for the last 6 weeks or so. He acknowledged seeking excuses when playing poorly, saying, "If I were playing great golf, I don't think it would enter my mind. When you're not playing well, everybody looks for an excuse. This statement revealed the psychological burden of the dispute and how off-course conflicts could severely impact an elite athlete's performance. The fan perception of Tom's became increasingly complicated during this period. Many fans described him in positive terms as down-to-earth, classy, and a consistent golfer who doesn't come off as arrogant. But others held negative views, perceiving him as generally disliked for his arrogant and unfriendly attitude towards fans, asking for autographs, and having pretty much zero charisma. The flipping the bird incident at the 2005 Memorial Tournament became a defining moment of fan interaction. While some contextualized it as a justified response to a jerk in the crowd, it showed a player losing composure under pressure. Other negative anecdotes included nearly hitting spectators with errant tee shots and showing angry reactions without proper warnings to fans. One interview where Tom seemed to condone his brother's physical altercation with an opposing football fan was interpreted as showing very immature and very small-town attitude. The deeper issue was Tom's fragile mental state. Despite finishing no worse than 22nd on the money list for 6 consecutive seasons and holding a number 11th world ranking in 2005, he candidly admitted his susceptibility to self-doubt. He frequently worried about being a medium-length hitter and his perceived inability to keep up with the power players off the tee. Tom's eloquently described the mental game. That just shows you how powerful the mind is. It's everything. He believed confidence was a process that happens from achieving good results, creating a cyclical relationship where poor play eroded confidence and good play rebuilt it. I go through these stretches where I don't play well and lose confidence, and then all of a sudden, I have a great week and I get right back going again, he said. Even in his later career on the Champions Tour, Tom's continued experiencing significant self-doubt and pressure. He noted it was very difficult to secure victories despite having plenty of chances. He found competing on the PGA Tour so difficult competing against those young guys, and described the tour as having become very businesslike compared to earlier years. A telling anecdote from a U.S. Open shows his ongoing mental battles. His son had to encourage him, saying, "You're going to make bogeys in a U.S. Open? You're doing fine. Let's keep going." Even his own child recognized Dad's need for constant reassurance. The agent lawsuit served as an external catalyst that exacerbated Tom's inherent susceptibility to self-doubt. While he claimed good golf cures a lot of things, the underlying self-doubt remained a consistent challenge throughout his career. This created a pattern where external stressors could trigger deep performance slumps that lasted months. David Tom's story isn't one of disgrace, but it's undeniably sad. Here's a man whose integrity cost him a major championship, whose trust in his agent led to betrayal and mental anguish, and whose perfectionist nature created a cycle of self-doubt that persisted into his senior years. Despite his achievements, his later chapters reveal someone who never found peace with his own limitations or the pressures of professional golf. What do you think about David Tom's career struggles? Share your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe for more deep dives into golf's most complex personalities.